Okay, so we had a very long break. We had time to rest a little bit. So this morning we are going to take again the conversation about the life of Euclid. About this great mathematics, we don't know very much because after the death of Alexander the Great, in this period there will be a lot of fightings between the soldiers and the Greeks, the Greek soldiers. I mean, there was a lot of control from the Egyptians, and everything was actually in the hand of Ptolemy the First. This king was able to dedicate his kingdom, keeping in mind the ambitious dreams of Alexander the Great. So, from this first declaration, there was the situation of Alexandria in a school, and this school was able to named like a museum, and this was very unique because there was no some other place about this situation. This morning I feel a little bit better about my voice, so I will have, I guess, up and down. But if you can give me un bicchiere d'acqua, per favore. To teach in this school, they called a lot of very primary professor. The most important of this, the protagonist of this school was the mathematician of all the time, and it was Euclid. In this school, it started and he born and developed his beautiful creative opera. And because of this, there are many others figure, but we remember three figures. The one that already pronounced is Euclid. The second one that we talked last time was Archimedes, and the third one is Apollonius. From Euclid, we don't have a lot of notice. He had a Greek origin, and we believe that he born in Alessandria d'Egitto. And he studied in Athens in around 300 before Christ. He spent his whole life in Alessandria, and he was the teacher of King Ptolemy. He was teaching in his library. The most important opera of his life is Elementi. This opera is in 13 books, and there was a very clear exposition of what we call it the fundamental elements of mathematics, known as the most beautiful opera in that time. So we are talking about this because in the story of mathematics, this geometry was presented like a system hypothetic deductive. It means that there were some notion common as declared as postulati, and there was other affirmation like theoremi. Okay, but it's not as I see in 1980 there was a singer that theorema is a take a woman and treat her good and you have a buff. Take a woman and you don't treat good and you take another buff. So you take the buff, and these are the first buff is postulati and the second buff is theorem. So you must choose. Anyway, you always keep the buff. What about the buff? I don't know how to translate the buff, but for example, when you have a lot of expression in Italy or in Naples, you say non ma buffa, don't buff me. So it means don't scotch me, but it's not scotch, it's a scotch, no whiskey, it's don't scotch. It means don't bother me, okay. But this was Euclid that he said against the wife. He said, why you are spending all the time to write this element? You don't understand nothing because in 2012 I have to help Mauro because he has to write also something like that. He say, ah sì, otro un buff areta capa. He say, yes, but this buff, it will cross all the centuries until 2012. And I don't care, said the wife. I see, Euclid said, then you will see that some other woman will give tomorrow a buff Aredagaf. So the story, it's all about buff Aredagaf. So let's go on and take from the elements that they are constitute the most great mathematics opera of ancient times. And this same evolution of mathematics is being in very influenced from this tractate. So all the buff redagab that come from the students that the teacher give in the university, they come from Euclid. So when the students go back home and the father say, "What's the matter? You are crying." Yes, because Euclide, Marado Buffagab, Euclide. But you have another teacher. It's called Caretti. No, it's not Caretti. It's a Buffa. The father say, "Okay, now I phone to the university and I take appointment with the Professor Caretti." And when the father phoned to Caretti, he said, "Caretti, yes, I give the buff to your son, but it's not me. It's the responsibility of Euclid." And Euclid say, from Greek, say, "Asi, and you will take the main responsibility because your son doesn't study." And then the father say, if it's this, then it's go. So the father went to the son and give buff Aredagab. So we see that the story, it's all about a buff Aredagab. So we conclude these arguments because then it's going to be too much, I would say, large argument that we will treat in another moment. Okay, we have the second major work of Euclid is called Ottica. In this case, I remember that I have to go to, I have to make a prenotation because I don't see very good. In which are contained the fundamental of Ottica Geometrica. Someone is calling me outside. I see that it's almost light, but someone is screaming. I don't know why they are screaming. But I go on with the work of Euclid. The extraordinary popularity that this man had in his time was because of this work, the elements. This work was for many centuries choose like the fundamental test, geometric test for all the schools. The proclamation of Bisanzio say that Euclid works his element taking together many theorems of Eudosso. Eudosso is ambiguous term because EU today is Europe and also it's the one that I make the trip to go to school. So it seems that it's like the airport and Pista 155, but it's something different. You see how everything in the world is connected. So it's a matter of to be connected or not to be connected. And this is, and we back now to the argumentation of Shakespeare and to many others about contradiction in our life and to be good or to be bad, angels and demons and all the white, black and white and so on and so on. You see how this story can teach you a lot of things. Besides, il buffarello. The most principal work of Euclid is formed from the elements in 13 books. The one in the first 6 books they talk about the geometria piana, okay? The 4 others from arithmetic and the last 3 of geometria solida. The Trattato, this work of Euclid, that is the greatest mathematics opera in the ancient times, has been one most diffuse in all the world, civil world. So until now, it's the most sailed and most work that people has in their university and things. Okay, Euclid was very famous to all the mathematics, exclusively for these works. So when you hear a word like elements, you say, Euclid. Yes, it's me. Okay, compliments. Okay, thank you very much. And you have to say that there are some other works about him. We have other works like four works, but they are minor works. I dati, la divisione delle figure, i fenomeni, and ottica. I dati, they are 94 proposition and they are strictly connected with the first 6 books of the elements. This opera is very important of works together in which the solution, they are very ingenious solution, they take to consider that we can qualify as a very they are qualified like theorem of existence. Okay, I stop now because I have to stop the recording. Just give me 30 seconds to break.